SUVs, despite the pricing, are a hot commodity. Everyone wants the biggest and most generously appointed models. Unfortunately, it is for these two reasons that these models have breached the 2 million peso mark and are encroaching on luxury model pricing. Sure, you can go for lower trim levels, but be ready to give up the creature comforts, the features that made you want to buy an SUV in the first place. But such is not the case for the 2022 Isuzu MU-X LSA 4x2. And in this video, we'll break it down and show you why this could be one of the most reasonable buys in the SUV segment today. Aside from the very limited 3-color option for the LSA 4x2, there's actually very little that separates it from the expensive 4x4 LSE trim level. It still has the bi-LED arrow signature headlamps with LED daytime running lamps, LED front and rear fog lamps, and even LED taillights. It has the redesigned grille, this prominent character line running along the side, roof rails that can carry as much as 100 kilograms, and even a rear spoiler. Now, what you will miss, what this doesn't have compared to the LSE, is the auto on-off headlamps, power side mirrors, and the power tailgate. Now, these, for me, aren't really deal breakers. And it even gets Isuzu's reversing motor wiper with a wet wiper design, so you don't have nozzles on the hood that spray water that sometimes can cause, confusion, maybe block the view a little bit. The water actually comes with, if you try and clean the windshield, comes and seeps out from the wiper itself, which is a pretty good design if you ask me. It also has the modified box ladder chassis of the LSE. It's based on the D-Max, but with a much shorter wheelbase for better turning radius and upgraded components, so you get better ride performance and stability. At the end of the day, you're still getting the same body with that fresh design and high capability. It can still fit, haul, and carry just as much as the more expensive trim levels. A nice accessibility feature I like that still trickles down to this model is the smart key. Have it in your pocket, in your bag, and all you need to do is touch a button on the door handle and voila, the vehicle unlocks. I like how Isuzu did not strip the LSA bare. You've got your silver piano black accents, padded leather dashboard surface, dual zone climate control system, grab handles, and basically the same amount of storage spaces, cubby holes, where you can put your small devices, right? I do wish though that the panels were more aligned and the gaps were reduced for a cleaner and tighter finish around the cockpit. Now the cabin has the same layout and roominess as the more expensive models. It even has nearly the same equipment, including this 4.2-inch multi-information display, your 10.2-inch infotainment touchscreen with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Bluetooth audio streaming, and USB ports. It has your electronic parking brake as well. Your second row is 60/40 split folding with cup holders on the drop-down center armrest, and the rear seats are 50/50 split folding. Owners will have to settle for a 6-way manually adjustable driver's seat though. You've got fabric upholstery, urethane, multifunction steering wheel, and only 6 speakers for such a large cabin. The LSE has 8. A minor comment about the Apple CarPlay, tiny glitch. I connected the iPhone. There were times when I connected the iPhone and the app wouldn't start, but those were very seldom, all right? So don't go crazy. The operating system is very quick, and I like how the large fonts are crisp and very clear. Ingress is easy for passengers because the second row seats fold and tumble forward with just a pull of a lever. And even if it does not slide forward, third row legroom is still decent for 2 occupants. Seat bolsters in front are sufficient to prevent slipping and sliding during the drive. What you're looking at is a 3-liter Blue Power turbo diesel with intercooler. It makes 190 PS, 450 Nm of torque, sending it to the rear wheels via a 6-speed automatic transmission with sequential shift. Now, I've tried it out obviously on the S-Lex. It doesn't feel like it weighs 2 tons. It's partly because of the light steering feedback and the torque kicking in early at 1600 RPM. Surprisingly, it doesn't have a quick takeoff. You know, I would have liked that it did, so it'll feel more agile. But what I do love is the fact that it's so relaxed on the highway, revving at under 2,000 RPM while cruising at 100 kilometers per hour. Overall fuel consumption in mixed driving conditions is 10.1 kilometers per liter, which is good for an engine with a higher displacement compared to rivals in the segment. Ride comfort is a thumbs up. I would do 2 hands, but I'm driving because potholes barely make a thud in the cabin, and poorly formed speed bumps are caught gently by the coil spring front and rear suspension. Noise suppression is also very good because external noises are kept at bay, so the solitude in the cabin is maintained so you can enjoy your Spotify playlist. For a tall vehicle though, obviously body roll is high, especially if you're cornering at speed. So make a mental note, don't do that when you're driving an MUX or any other mid-size SUV for that matter. It comes with standard safety features that you see in the LSE. You have it in the LSA. That includes anti-locking brake system, your electronic brake force distribution, brake assist, brake override system, electronic stability control, traction control, hill start assist, and hill descent control. Now, what you will be missing, it's not in the LSA, is Isuzu's Advanced Driver Assist System, or ADAS, all right? Isuzu's implementation of the ADAS needs a tiny bit of fine-tuning, especially 2 systems. First is the forward collision warning. It feels just a bit startling, especially when the light, the sound, and the auto braking happens. It does so rather roughly and loudly. Now for the second system, it's the lane departure warning. The sensitivity needs to be dialed down just a little bit because it feels too aggressive, and the alert is also loud and distracting. There will be obvious trade-offs when you go for the cheaper, lower trim levels, but thankfully, Isuzu didn't egregiously strip this down like what other brands do with their mid-trim levels. It still has all the essentials, including contemporary creature comforts that make mid-size SUVs such great buys today. And you aren't missing much by way of modern exterior equipment. So if you like keeping money in your pocket, you better take a long, hard look at this 1.9 million 2022 Isuzu MUX LSA 4x2. It's at least 500,000 pesos cheaper than the range-topping LSE 4x4. Think about that. I'm Eric Tipan from AutoIndustriya.com.